Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Here we are again. It's Tuesday, which means that I'm here doing a little natter, my little private rant and moan at the world. It's good moaning at the world. It makes you feel better. Moaning at the bloody weather, moaning at the English cricketers that didn't take umbrellas on with them. It's ridiculous. And if I was the Aussies, I'd have said, I don't want the Ashes. We're not having the Ashes because of rain. We want to beat England fair and square, mate. So, never mind. But I suppose, is it worth going to the Oval now? I suppose the tickets that you paid thousands of quids for will now be worth nothing. And I bet you England win, which means if it wasn't for global warming or global sodding wetness, we would have won the Ashes. I watched a bit of it because I couldn't sleep, and so it got me off, really. It is, I can't get all the jumble. A long leg, he's had his middle stump whipped off, which you don't really want any of that. But anyway, here we are. I'm just back from Torquay, where I've been taking the boat down, doing a bit of filming down there, as you can see. And I did a bit of film for a person called Aquaholic, old Nick. You can see it on YouTube, and it's got 400,000 views. It's the second one he did. The first one got 1.6 million views, and this one 300,000. So it just goes to show Princess Mitchie is a bigger star than me, quite right too. Here's me, look. And the boys have asked me to come back specially and sign some more. I've got hundreds of these to sign with my little funny pen that doesn't rub off. And people are buying these in their millions. Because people like to have a DVD. You can't sign a download, can you? You can't have that on there. And also, as I said, you get the phone number of these two lovely ladies that are on there, if I could say something like that, talking about. So go to ustream.com, you know, or if you're a Ustream member, just go to the store. It's not a shop, it's a store. Or if you really want to be able to find it and you don't want to come anywhere near us, go to ustream.news and then go to the store. Right, here we go then. Now, we're all pretending we like women's football, and the great thing about the Women's World Cup, and I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm not a lover of women's football and stuff like that. No, I'm not. I quite like the grunting in the tennis. I quite like that. Love Juice. Who did that? That was, what's his name, Whitehouse. That was a great sketch, wasn't it? Love Juice. Could almost be a Hale and Pace sketch. I loved Hale and Pace. Have you seen Hale and Pace do the Spanish thing where he gets pissed? It's on YouTube. Have a look. You'll enjoy it. They were bloody funny and great blokes, and they come from South East London, don't you know? So let's talk about the women's football. The great thing about this Women's World Cup is not that it allows women to play with one another, which is a good thing, I think. Even though they don't swap jumpers at the end. I know, aren't I sexist, but I don't. So the best thing about it is, not that they can play as good as men, not because the crowds are better, not because it's more exciting or more glamorous, it's that it's on down under. So we can't watch it. We have to sit up until 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, it's far too late. It's bad enough me staying up till 20 to 11 to be on Dan Wootton tomorrow night. So I don't have to watch that horrible football. But of course our friends, the BBC, bring back communism. And we have to say goodbye to George Alagaya. Didn't we all love him just? Anyway, rest in peace, Georgie boy. The BBC, some woman, obviously not of anything near the standard of George Alagaya, has said to this captain of the women's football team from a country called Morocco, that she said, how many lesbians are in the team? Did you hear that? What a thing to say. How stupid is that BBC? It says a correspondent won't even name the stupid cow. How stupid is that? Why do you need to ask that? Come on. They're all lesbians. Surely she should know that. Yes, bitches on pitches. All women that play sport are lesbians. Aren't they? Is it a slightly old-fashioned view I have? Oh, women who wear flat shoes, lesbians. Women that don't have their eyebrows looking like ventriloquist, lesbians. Women with no makeup, lesbians. Fat legs, lesbians. Big asses, wide asses, all lesbians. I've been down to Weymouth. I left Weymouth this morning. I got up at 4:45 this morning and start prepping the boat and did everything, unplugged the covers, plotted the route home, made sure she's full of fuel, and then cooked breakfast for everybody. That's what I did at 5 o'clock this morning in Weymouth. Weymouth, I think it must be the lesbian capital of the world. I've never seen so many women. And you say, how do you know they're lesbians? They look like lesbians. Well, actually, no, they didn't look like lesbians. They looked like dustmen. You know, and they are holding hands, which was a bit of a giveaway. And they are women of a certain size. It makes you think, I tell you what, I'll be a lesbian. And so it's ridiculous that there are people at the BBC that need to ask those stupid questions. You wouldn't go down to Weymouth, would you, and walk around to all you people on the seafront. How many of you are lesbians? I am, I think. Not sure. And then you go a little bit further inland, and the biggest industry in Weymouth at the moment is their mobility scooters. You know, for them people that are not disabled, they're too fucking fat to walk down the shops. Anyway, that's going, there's a lot of leg draggers there. And you know the busiest, there's loads of pubs, there was the Slug and Lettuce, there were nice pubs, crap pubs. There's a brilliant Thai food restaurant there called Mona's, the best fish and chip shop in the world called Bennett's. And there's Witherspoons. Oh, he's got it sus. It's jammed. 11 o'clock, they're still in there. And they'd been there since 7 in the morning. It's now 11 o'clock in the morning, and they're still all pissed. You can smell Witherspoons. You know, like, it reminds me of my father's breath. You can smell that beer for miles. So good luck, whoever that bloke is that made Witherspoon. So that's where I've been, down there. And I'd just like to say that I was horrified that the BBC once again can put their foot in it. And they won't give an apology. They don't like that. Nigel Farage, my pal, let's kill Jim Davidson because he's Nigel Farage's mate. Get real. Yes, so Nigel Farage has now got an apology from a geezer called Simon, Jack and Danny. Oh, no. Simon Jack. And Danny said he should have apologised. Who's Danny? I know Jack and Danny, but I missed the comma. Simon, Jack and Danny, because he's a bit of a... Simon Jack has apologised. He said that Coots, I might have mispronounced that as well, have said that Nigel Farage doesn't have enough money to warrant a bank account. And then it's turned out that they've got rid of Nigel Farage's account because they didn't quite agree with what he says. Well, I can wonder if they'll ever have me. I'll never have enough money to put in the bank nowadays anyway. Not my own bank anyway. And so, right, this woman from Coots, her name is Dave, Alison, Rosie. How can you have a name Dave? Alice, is she a transvestment? Dame. I don't know what, I write these down so quick. I've got Simon, Jack and Danny and Dave, Alison, Rose. Dame Alison Rose. That means she's been made a lord, I think. For services to what? Bullshit, by the sound of it. She's the managing director. Why are there so many women in charge of things? They'll be playing football next. She should be sacked. Mr. Coots, or whoever he is, or Nat West, of which the public own 39%, should get rid of Dame Alison Rose. Yes, Dame Alison, go pack your ermine and go do one, because you are not a very nice person. A nice person in ermine is this girl. She's wonderful. I said, I saw in the papers today, people are taking the piss and people are doubting this woman's ability. Her name is Charlotte Owen. I know her well. No. And she is brilliant. She's a brilliant politician. She's the most charming person and has got time for everyone. And I can't think of anyone who's better in the House of Lords. And they said, we will not give her a peerage. What, I'd give her one. If I was on the panel, she'd certainly get my vote. And she's a very, very clever lady. Charlotte, you probably won't watch this because I'm beneath you. Inshallah. So, well done, my lady. She's named Charlotte Owen of Alderley Edge. Okay, right. Don't forget, you don't have to be a Ustream member to get this handsome comedian and 2 slappers and a philolopet all down there. Oh, yes. And do a lifty skirt motion, a twangy, and to pull all the gussy one side, and a philolopet and shavy. Oh, yes. Let's go to Ustream. You can join for £4.99. Much, much less than you would spend in Witherspoons or Wetherspoons in Weymouth or Weymouth of a morning.
This Friday, Jeffro, live in Cuckoo Land.
I went in a fin chip shop with a salmon under my arm. I said, you sell fish cakes? He said, no. I said, pity, because it's his birthday today.
Jeffro, live in Cuckoo Land. Streaming exclusively on Ustream this Friday.